So, we have found ourselves back in Virginia. Remember this one? The former U.S. Attorney, Jessica Aber, 43, found dead in her house, apartment, wherever she was at, by some random 911 caller. And nobody knows who that is. Well, we might get some more information on this, or we might still be speculating. But we'll do a little recap, and then we'll see what the latest is. Also, people hate it when I do this. 93% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. You got your phone in your hand, you got your laptop, all you gotta do is click the button, and we'll move along. So here we are in Virginia. Here's a little recap, and then we'll see where we're at as of right now.
A former federal prosecutor for Virginia died over the weekend at the age of 43. Alexandria police found Jessica Aber at her home, or rather at a home, after getting reports for an unresponsive woman. 10 on Your Side's Nick Broadway shows us...
Wait, it was at her home, now it's at a home. Okay.
The investigation stands, and now her former colleagues are remembering her.
The sudden passing of Jessica Aber left many of her colleagues shocked and grieving this weekend. She's described as a prosecutor who didn't care about wins or losses, but rather cared about fairness.
Jess Aber was a consummate professional, a dear person, kind, intelligent, hardworking, detail-oriented. She was a prosecutor's prosecutor.
Fadahi worked alongside Aber for many years, fondly remembering their time in court and their conversations as friends.
One of the first things that Jess said after she was confirmed by the United States Senate unanimously was, there is a crisis of trust in the criminal justice system. And Jess saw it as her mission to address that crisis of trust.
Aber started her service for the Eastern District as an assistant U.S. attorney in 2009. She was appointed by then-President Joe Biden to serve as U.S. Attorney in 2021. Aber resigned from her post shortly before President Donald Trump took office. Last fall, Aber was one of the leads on an investigation into 2 Russian nationals who were charged in a billion-dollar money laundering scheme. Fadahi recalls working with Aber in the embezzlement case against former Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell years before her confirmation as U.S. Attorney.
And I can't thank Jess enough. When she would come down, hey, do you want to have coffee? We would sit down, we would talk about the concerns that I had in Norfolk and how our offices could work closely together.
Alexandria police said in a statement, they're investigating the circumstances of her death as, quote, a matter of protocol. An anonymous source from the U.S. Attorney's Office told WRIC, our sister station in Richmond, that Aber died in her sleep. No other details have been released.
I mean, she was 43. She was young. She had energy. And she had an entire and really bright career ahead of her after accomplishing all the things she already had.
The Virginia Medical Examiner's Office is working to figure out how she died. Nick Broadway, 10 on Your Side.
Thank you, Dick. Stop. And then we had this. Remember this one?
Detectives with the Alexandria Police Department are now trying to figure out exactly what happened. Our Leanna Golden is in Alexandria tonight gathering new details about this investigation.
We're here at Alexandria Police Headquarters. Officers were dispatched to Aber's home about 10 minutes from here Saturday morning. And all new tonight, 7 News got a hold of that dispatch call.
916 Beverly Drive, 916 Beverly Drive.
That's the address first responders were called to Saturday morning in Alexandria. It's where Jessica Aber lived and where she was found dead just before 9:30 a.m.
210 Alpha 211, any additional units are back to assist fire for the cardiac arrest.
Dispatchers referencing a cardiac arrest, though police have not identified how Aber died, only saying they were called to the house for the report of an unresponsive
cardiac arrest. Okay, we're right now.
Woman.
It's going to be for a 46-year-old female found in bed, unresponsive, not breathing. The caller has refused CPR.
It's unknown who that caller was, and it's important to note Aber was 43 years old, not 46, as referenced in the audio. A friend of the family told ABC News on Sunday that police believe the death was the result of a long-standing medical issue. As the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia for 3 years until resigning in January, Aber oversaw nearly 300 prosecutors and other staff.
Why would nobody say what that medical that she was going through was until now?
Joining the office in 2000.
And when I say now, I mean a couple videos here in a minute.
As an assistant U.S. attorney, she prosecuted financial fraud, public corruption, violent crime, and child exploitation cases, according to an online biography. It appears she was also involved in major cases involving CIA leaks and Russian fraud schemes. While Alexandria police conduct an investigation into Aber's death, the chief medical examiner's office in Richmond will ultimately determine the cause and manner of how she died. In Alexandria, I'm Liana Golden, 7 News.
Liana, thank you. As you mentioned, as officials work to determine an official cause of death, lawmakers who knew Aber are expressing their condolences, including the Attorney General Pamela Bondi. She called the loss there on X deeply tragic, and Attorney General Virginia Jason Miara is writing, Aber's work of public service and her work with Ceasefire Virginia saved more lives than we may realize. Ceasefire Virginia started as a way to help reduce violent crime and gang activity in the state. During her time as a federal prosecutor, Aber oversaw, again, as Liana mentioned, the case against 2 Russian nationals charged in connection with operating billion-dollar money laundering services. She also helped with a murder conviction of an alleged MS-13 gang member. According to her LinkedIn page, she graduated from the University of Richmond, then got her law degree at William & Mary.
All right. Then, let's see what law enforcement has to say about it, because, they always got to chime in on something.
Now the latest on a story we have been following very closely right here at Fox 5. The death of a former U.S. attorney in Virginia over the weekend has left many lingering questions. Police in Alexandria said Jessica Aber, 43 years old, was found dead inside of her home around 9:18
And this one's from a day ago.
Saturday after the department received a call about an unresponsive woman. Aber served as the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia until her resignation earlier this year. Earlier today, we should make mention, Alexandria police released a statement surrounding the suspected cause of death. They say, quote, at this time, detectives have found no evidence suggesting that her death was caused by anything other than natural causes. Joining us now to discuss this and so much more, Mr. Eric Faddis, attorney extraordinaire, right here on the Live Zone. Eric, always good to see you, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good to be with you, Guy.
So, yet again, we know the Alexandria Police Department now releasing a statement, as you just heard me make mention of, surrounding her death. But I want folks to really understand exactly what it is she did. And so if you would, describe on a daily basis, as the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District in Virginia, what is it that one does? And as a result of that, why are so many speculating controversy?
Yeah, Guy, a huge loss for the Eastern District of Virginia. My understanding is she supervised approximately 300 attorneys. She was really at the helm of that office. Reports indicate that her work included prosecuting CIA leaks and also Russian fraud. And so, when she resigned on January 20th, when Trump took office, and then with her untimely demise, people were questioning whether there was some kind of relationship between the work she was doing and her ultimate passing.
Yeah. Yet again, I heard you make mention of the CIA, and so with that, we've all seen videos, TV shows surrounding conspiracies and all things of the sort. So I guess one can actually ponder, well, that's probably why folks have actually come forward to state yet again they think this is shrouded in controversy and or conspiracy. Is it common or uncommon to resign when a new administration comes in, Eric?
Usually there is a changing of the guard. Now, that doesn't mean that all of the U.S. attorneys for all the districts are shuffled out and new folks are brought in. Usually, a good amount remain. But sometimes when there's a disagreement with the administration or the individual believes that they're going to be terminated, they will instead resign before that. So not uncommon to have new people coming in at these spots as a new administration takes power.
All right, we'll end with this, Eric, and that is, as an attorney, and yet again, before I make this statement, I should state that the Alexandria Police Department say her death was nothing more than natural causes. However, some, including her family, may still speculate otherwise. And so with that...
may still speculate otherwise. The family may still speculate otherwise, other than natural causes. Okay, hold up.
As an attorney, does her family have any legal renderings, if you will? Can they move forward and seek, let's say, another opinion as to how she went about to lose her life?
Certainly, the family is going to have some questions for the coroner. They're going to want to review the autopsy report and see if it is consistent with their understanding. I haven't heard many details about what kinds of natural causes could have led to the death of this 43-year-old woman. It could be completely natural and innocent, but the family should certainly be on top of things, in contact with the coroner, in contact with the local police department, potentially in contact with the prosecutor's office, just to make sure that there was no foul play and nothing suspicious going on with this untimely death.
Yet again, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District, Jessica Aber, now dead at the age of 43.
Okay, so let's see what the family has to say. All of a sudden, former U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber's cause of death is revealed by the family. Oh, wow. I did not realize the family was a medical examiner, but let's see what they got to say. The family of former U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber said the federal prosecutor likely died of natural causes, an update that arrives less than a week after authorities found her dead in her Virginia home over the weekend. In a statement, Aber's family said the 43-year-old attorney died in her sleep from what is likely an epileptic seizure. Now it's an epileptic seizure. Why nobody say anything about her having seizures before? It is with tremendous sorrow that we acknowledge the sudden passing of our beloved Jessica Jess Aber, who died in her sleep on Saturday, March 22nd. The statement from the family said, Jess suffered from epilepsy and epileptic seizures for many years, and on Tuesday, March 25th, Alexandria, Virginia police said in a statement that they believe her death was the result of natural causes. Why the family didn't say she suffered from epilepsy and epileptic seizures before? And the family even questioned it just a minute ago. Alexandria police, who found Aber around 9:20 a.m. on Saturday, previously said Aber likely died of natural causes. Detectives found no evidence suggesting that her death was anything other than natural causes, the statement said. The investigation is ongoing, and the case will remain open until the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner returns a final ruling on the cause and manner of death. Aber's family said they expected more information in the coming weeks and asked for privacy as they grieve. Well, if you want privacy, don't put all your information out there and leave people to speculate. The medical examiner's office had not examined Aber's body as of Monday morning. According to reports, Aber, a career federal prosecutor, oversaw significant legal cases for the Justice Department, including those securing convictions for an MS-13 gang leader, the former governor of Virginia, and more. She began her career in the Eastern District of Virginia in 2009, serving as an assistant U.S. attorney before becoming counsel to the Assistant Attorney General for the Criminal Division in 2015. 1 year later, she became Deputy Chief of the Criminal Division for the District Court. In 2021, Aber became the third woman to be confirmed to lead the Eastern District of Virginia's office after being nominated by Biden. Colleagues described Aber as an unmatched leader who was deeply committed to seeking justice. Some told the Washington Post she was detail-oriented and often sat in the courtroom gallery for major trials or hearings. Aber resigned from her position as U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia as President Donald Trump took office. U.S. Attorney Eric Siebert, who currently heads the Eastern District of Virginia, said in a statement that he was heartbroken beyond words to learn of Aber's passing. She was unmatched as a leader, mentor, and prosecutor, and she is simply irreplaceable as a human being. We'll remain in awe of how much she accomplished in her all too brief time in this world. Her professionalism, grace, and legal acumen set the standard, Siebert said. That's a big fancy word for good judgment. And so, let's see what the comments have to say. Yeah, right. She got a bad dose of Bidenomics. Nah, idiot. Clinton Foundation. For those that don't know, natural causes is a general term meaning something other than murder or suicide. Yes, but when they keep saying natural causes 400 times and people have questions and who's a 911 caller for one? I would like to know that. Anyone that has a seizure that lasts more than 5 minutes is deadly. People hold their breath and die. My condolences to her family and friends. May she rest in peace. Yeah, okay. Very sad. Rest in peace, Jessica. Sure she did. Death by Hillary. The cops don't know too early to tell. I've noticed some activity. I'm not buying it. No natural causes at 43. She probably knew too much. Seems like everyone from crooks to lawyers with Marxist Democratic ties can have sudden death syndrome or suicide. Convenient. like the 6 Capitol Police that committed suicide after January 6th. Sad killer syndrome. Are you seriously this stupid, or is this a special occasion? Clinton strike again. So, yeah, we'll see if this video says any more than what we just read. Likely not, but this would be where we're at right now.
Police are investigating after former U.S. Attorney for Eastern District of Virginia was...
Oh, shit. Of course. Can we?
What it was, we believe, is somebody that was on the line with permission of somebody that was with Mike Waltz, worked.
Hold up. Let's try this one. Of course. Let's have one more ad because I can't get out of here fast enough. Anyway, I'm not editing this out either, so we'll deal with it.
Police are investigating after former U.S. Attorney for Eastern District of Virginia was found dead. Authorities discovered 43-year-old Jessica Aber in her Alexandria home yesterday morning. Aber has appeared on Fox 5 on the Hill before. She was nominated to the U.S. Attorney role in 2021 by former President Joe Biden. Aber resigned from the high-profile role just before President Trump was sworn in January. Virginia Attorney General Jason Miera is reacting to Aber's death overnight, posting online about her public service, sending the state's thoughts and prayers to her family. Eric Siebert, the current U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, also releasing a statement describing Aber as an unmatched leader, mentor, and prosecutor, and irreplaceable human being. Right now, the cause of Aber's death remains unknown.
Alrighty, and that's where we're at right now. Unknown. But apparently, death is revealed by the family. So, anyway, that's where we're at right now. Let me know what you think about this one. I guess in the coming days there'll be more information. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you think about this one. Like, share, subscribe. Also, 92% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. You got your phone in your hand, you got your laptop, click the button, and I'll stop the harassment. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.